Alright, Algebra 2, here's problem number 3. Make sure you read it first. Pause the video if you need to. Alright, so we know that there's a tower. This tower, I'll draw a tower. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible iPad drawer here. There's the tower, and it's 56 meters tall. But it leans up, so we have to say it leans so that it is 5 meters from the perpendicular. Perpendicular, remember, means in right angles, so it's actually 5 degrees off from that. So let me redraw. This is often sometimes that ends up happening, something that ends up happening when you are solving a problem. You start drawing and you're like, wait a second, something's off. You have to lean it. Alright, so there's our tower. Still 56 meters. But so it's 5 meters from the perpendicular. So that means that this, see, there's our perpendicular. This is 5 meters. So the question is, what's the angle that the tower forms with the ground? So we're trying to figure out this angle in here. We'll call that angle x. Oftentimes they call it theta as well. Just another way of representing a variable. Alright, so since we know that the angle we're dealing with is angle x, we have to decide whether it's sine, cosine, or tangent based on that angle. Well, here we have the adjacent angle right next to it, or the adjacent side, and we have the hypotenuse. So based on SOHCAHTOA, the adjacent and hypotenuse tells us we have to use cosine. So the cosine of the angle, which in this case we don't know what it is, call it x, is going to be equal to the adjacent, which is 5, over the hypotenuse, which is 56. I can even color code this for you. There's where that 56 came from. And our x. So the cosine of x is 5 over 56. Well, in this case, to solve for x, we're going to have to use that special function that our calculator has, where we press second, and then the sine, or the cosine button, which will give us this symbol, cos negative 1, which is also called the arc cosine or the inverse cosine. So we have to do that to both sides. Remember that just cancels that out. You got x by itself. We'll color code it again. X by itself is equal to the cos negative 1 of 5 over 56. The way you're going to type that in your calculator is you're going to do that second cosine, so it looks like this. Parentheses 5 divided by 56. You can close the parentheses if you want. If you have a TI-83, you don't actually have to. And the answer for that will be that it is 84.87 degrees. Now, does it ask us to round? What is the angle? No. So we can just keep it like that. That's the answer.